Good afternoon, Empress Yejide.
Good afternoon.
And thank you for agreeing to participate. Can you give a brief background as to how you came to actually be a leader, pioneer in natural health?
Well, first of all, I was born to parents. We were raised Seventh Adventists. So we believe that everything natural was good. When it comes to food and healing, everything was all natural. We didn't have to depend on doctors for anything because we had our herbs growing around. And my grandparents as well believed in natural medicine and everything normal. So moving further on, it was only natural for me to gravitate to Rastafari, which was the culminating moment where you observe everything natural, you live natural, it's a liberty. So it was only natural for me to stay on that course.
How do you market and sell your products?
Presently, I do Facebook, word of mouth. I own a spa, so when clients come in, they are able to utilize the products. And I also do lots of workshops at times, and being part of different groups in the community, the word gets out that yes, these products are available.
Where do you source your materials from?
Most of my materials, especially the herbs and oils, I source them locally. I do make infusions. I have a little garden where I have most of my herbs that I use in the manufacturing of my products on site. So I will just collect them and I make my products in my home.
Okay.
So.
Do you use any other elements that are not natural in your products? They like to preserve the longevity?
No, I don't use any chemicals or any preservatives that are harmful to the body. I try to stay as close to natural as possible.
Okay. Have you identified any threats or risks for you actually obtaining these herbs?
Our local pests, the monkeys, they would sometimes get my fruits and different herbs that I would use to get my products. In other cases, there are areas where you wouldn't find the herbs that I need to utilize for making the products close by. So I would have to trek into the bushes. You may stumble and, I don't know, wild pigs, or when you're gathering the cactus, there's the little thorns that are on the leaves, so you have to be careful as to how you gather them.
And to the best of your knowledge, has your craft, has it ever been documented? Has anybody spoken to you about what you do?
Yes, I've had interviews with magazines. The Ministry of Tourism is another place where my work is exposed as well.
Okay, excellent. Before you make your products, are there any cultural or spiritual practices or rituals involved in the process?
Okay, one such example is before you gather any product, you have to ask the plant permission to use it, and you also have to transmit that same energy into your hands to produce the products. There are times, certain herbs you cannot harvest at certain times. Let's say for example, most herbs are to be gathered before 9 o'clock in the morning. And if there is an emergency where you have to make a product late at night, you have to wake the plant up. If it's after 6 and they're already, as we say, sleeping, you have to ask them permission. You have to wake them up before you harvest that herb.
Okay, so for today you're going to walk us through the shampoo making process. You're going to show us where we can get some of the raw materials. Do you have any other people, any other workers that help you make your products?
I do. When I call on my sons, they do help. I also have an assistant that works with me here at the spa, and she would help with blending up stuff, screening off, and also labeling the shampoos and the other products that I make.
Okay, that's good. Now we know certain cultural traditions are literally dying with some people. How are you passing on your skills, your knowledge, your expertise? How are you passing that on? Do you have anyone to pass that on to?
In terms of directly passing on to someone, my sons, they do have some knowledge of what I do, because you know boys will be boys. But I do document them by having my information written in books. I do small videos, and so there would be some information left, and hopefully all, and I try to document it as much as I can.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
My name is Empress Yejide Parry, and there you have it. Beautiful naturally.